Hey, what's going on guys? It's Blocky here, and I'm going to be making another tier list video, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I am working on another review video, but that is going to be taking a little bit extra time because there's a few other things that have gone wrong, as well as I just got promoted at my job, so I am very busy there. But I will continue the weekly videos, you do not have to worry about that. But yeah, we're going to be getting into this. This is going to be the top anime tier list, so it's basically going to be my opinions on what I think is the best anime I don't like, anime I like, whatever. And I'm going to do kind of like mini reviews of certain shows, maybe try to do all of them, but that'll probably be a really long video if I do that. So yeah, anyways, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for all types of anime content. I'm going to be trying to branch out into more things, not just doing reviews and not just doing tier lists and other things. I want to do other types of stuff as well. So if you want to see that type of stuff, then please remember to subscribe. Anyways, let's get started. So we have Angel Beats here. Now I think Angel Beats is a very good show. However, I think it is missing a couple of things that just puts it not quite in the A tier. It's a good show, definitely, but it's just not quite there. Now this, Shin Sekai Yori, 100% S tier. That is one of the best anime ever made. It is a anime, you can kind of call it horror. I wouldn't go that far, but you can definitely call it that. It is a show that it's praised for a lot of reasons, but it's also hated for one specific reason, which I think is actually one of its best things, which is its animation and its art style. I think both of those are amazing. First off, the art style works with the show so well because of how the show and how the story is portrayed, and I think people just get put off by the art style because it looks different and weird. But please, if you have not seen Shin Sekai Yori, please do so, because it is absolutely phenomenal. Food Wars. We can throw that in B tier. Starts off really strong, kinda ends off kinda weak, honestly. I have not finished the last season, so I don't know exactly how it ends, but I mean, it's whatever. So we got Snafu here. I'm going to throw this in A tier, but I'm going to put it as a really high A tier. That is a really good romance show. I've made a video on it. If you want to go check that out, I can leave that in a card. It is a good anime. Definitely one of the best romance anime out there, 100%. I think it is a phenomenal show. The characters are well written, the show overall looks really good, and overall I think it's just a really good show. Mushishi, that's another A tier. Because Mushishi is a show, it's a show you can watch, you can just be calm with, you don't have to take the show very seriously, but at the same time it's also a very dark show, and it really knows how to build the world, especially with the fact that the only recurring, well, there's a recurring character, but the only kind of character we see in every episode is the main guy. I forgot his name, it's been a little bit. But he's the only person we see throughout the entire show. The characters change up constantly. We only have one recurring character besides the main character himself. And I think that works really well. It's just a show that's calming, but it's also at the same time very dark, and it opens the world very well, and it explains the world and how everything works very well, and it's a very good show. And definitely, if you're looking to just have a nice calm time, definitely check out Mushishi, because it is a very good show. Hot take. No, I'm joking. I'll go to in B tier though. I still think that's probably a hot take. I didn't like it as much as a lot of people do. I think it was a decent show, but it was overall, it was confusing to the point that it's like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it was confusing to the point that it shouldn't be. If I can't understand the baseline of the show within one time watching it, I think there's a problem. Because you should be able to at least get the baseline information your first time watching through, and you get like less than that. the first time through, because you're like, oh well, it's a show. They're fighting the angels. They're doing all this, and then it just gets wacky, and it's like, okay, and you have to watch it 3, 4, 5, 6 times to really understand it. And I'm like, you shouldn't have to watch a show that many times to understand it, but it's okay because it's actually a good show, especially if you do watch it 5, 6, 7 times. Violet Evergarden. S tier. Violet Evergarden is the most beautiful anime ever created, period. And this time, this isn't even a joke this time like it was with Clanad. If you disagree, you are wrong. That is just an objective fact. I don't care what you say, you are absolutely 100% wrong if you think this show is not the most beautiful anime ever made. Period. And that's just it. Just leave it at that. That's just it. There's nothing that you can do about it. March Comes In Like a Lion. This show I want to talk about, actually. We're gonna do this very seriously and not like jokingly. March Comes In Like a Lion is a very, very beautiful anime. The characters are extremely well written. It goes in depth with like depression and how to like kind of live through that and stuff. I've never lived through depression myself, so I don't really know exactly what that's like. And I think March Comes In Like a Lion does a lot to really get you inside the headspace of the main character and really get you to understand, what he's going through. And the other side characters, like the family and stuff, they really, really are like loving, and you really get to see that aspect of them and how friendly they are towards the main character. He's almost like another member of their family, and I think that is what makes the show so well, is the characters. It's a very character-driven show, and the characters are very well written. And definitely, if you have not checked out March Comes In Like a Lion, do so, because it is absolutely phenomenal. One of the best anime ever made. Boruto. I'm gonna put that in C tier, but I'm gonna go as a high C tier now. Boruto is an anime that has very high highs and very low lows. It's 50-50 with Boruto. You either get a really good episode or a really bad episode. There's really no in between. There's no like, oh, this episode's decent. It's either really good or really bad. And sadly, there are a lot of really bad episodes. There are some pretty good episodes, but there are a lot of really bad episodes. But if you do want to read the manga, that is phenomenal. Definitely check out the manga, because that crap is way better than anything you could ever watch from the freaking anime. Yes, absolutely amazing. My Hero Academia. Can I throw this as a hot take? It's kind of average. It's kind of mid, honestly. This is another show that has like really high highs and really low lows, but it's got more highs than lows, unlike with Boruto, where it's got more lows than highs. So it's kind of like that kind of thing. It's kind of that in between slot. Like that last season, the last little bit of the last season's like, why? Don't get me wrong, the villain was entertaining, but like, why? Pet Girl Sakuraso is also going to go in B tier. Very, very good show. Very wholesome romance show. Just overall, very good show. Danmachi, we will also throw in B tier. That's a very high B tier though. Danmachi is one of those shows that you watch, you're like, oh, it's going to be your typical ecchi harem show. It's not going to be much going on. The characters are going to be somewhat bland, and it's going to be that. And you will be genuinely surprised if you go into it with that opinion. I mentioned that in my video, actually, that this is a very surprising show. This show knows how to write characters and knows how to build a world, and it makes it super entertaining, and it is definitely a good show that caught me by surprise, definitely, because it's not your typical harem ecchi show at all. Akame Got Kill. Now, I actually used to love Akame Got Kill, but that was back when I had only watched like 100 anime, 100, 200 anime, and I didn't know much about anime at that time. Don't ask how having watched 100 or 200 animes, not knowing a lot. Just know I've watched almost 1,000 shows, and just leave it at that. But yeah, Akame Got Kill is not very good. You know what? We're actually gonna throw this in D tier. It's literally, they just kill characters for the sake of killing characters for the shock value, and they don't do it for like a meaningful reason. Like by the end of it, almost every character is dead. I think all but 2 of the main characters are dead by the end of this the show, and I'm like, why? There was no reason for that. Even the protagonist is dead, and I'm like, why? There was literally no reason to kill off any of these characters. And the freaking best dude, freaking the gay guy, why did he have to die first? Is it because he's gay? You got something against gay people? What the hell? Alright, we got One Punch Man. So this is going to be combining both seasons. I mean, everything's combining all the seasons or whatever. This, we're going to throw here. First season would be absolute, probably almost S tier. But the second season, the animation quality really does drop it. It just, it's good. It's a good show. It is. One Punch Man is very entertaining and it's a very good show. But that animation drop is just, it's so drastic that it just has to be dropped into the B tier. But it's a high B tier for sure. Silent Voice is S tier. I think we all know why. If you haven't seen a Silent Voice, just do so. It is literally a beautiful anime. It is very, very beautiful for a lot of reasons. Hunter x Hunter, we can go there. Hunter x Hunter is a very good anime. It is not your typical shonen. It's more darker. It's a lot darker than your typical shonen. It's not like your Naruto or your One Piece. It gets very dark. It gets really in depth with like Gon specifically, with like how a character, I guess, can change. It's how a character can go through such a drastic change after losing somebody they care about, or how, you know, people can change drastically based off of certain circumstances. You know, want somebody may be a good person, but they do, you know, bad things because this happened to them or whatever. And I think Hunter x Hunter does a very good job at getting in the minds of characters, especially Gon and Killua, the 2 main characters, and it does a very good job at that. And I think that's what makes Hunter x Hunter such a good show in the first place. Kisniver. I didn't think it was as bad as a lot of people think it is, but it's definitely not great. We're definitely gonna throw it there. It's entertaining, the OP is great, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. And now, see, here's the thing. So we got One Punch Man there in B tier. We're gonna be throwing Mob Psycho in that A tier, because Mob Psycho is phenomenal. If you've not watched it, do so. Both seasons are great. The second season's even better. That animation quality is super freaking amazing, and that battle at the end of the second season, oh my god. So this is another show that's very good at getting you into the minds of the characters. Mob specifically, as well as, god, what is his name? The orange hair, why can I not remember his name? I'm so dumb. Either way, it knows how to really get you into the mind of its characters, and it writes the characters in a way where you get to care about them, even if they seem like they're kind of like a scumbag, or they're using mob or whatever. They're still good people inside, and I think that's what makes Mob Psycho 100 such a good anime. Nichijou. Now I'm probably gonna throw all the comedy anime in B, but they're all gonna be really high B, I think. If there's any more on here, I think there are. Nichijou is one of the best comedy anime ever made. I don't think you need me to tell you that, for a lot of reasons. It's hilarious. The jokes are always on point, and you could literally watch a clip of that show out of context and it would still be funny. And that's just what makes Nichijou such a good show in the first place. And that's what I did to even figure out Nichijou existed and why I wanted to watch it in the first place, is because, you know, I watched a bunch of clips out of context and I was like, what? What is going on in this freaking anime? Like, I remember the one scene where, what's her name pulls out a freaking bazooka out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? You're in the middle of class and you're pulling out a bazooka. What the fuck? Anyways, let's move on. Darling in the Franxx. We all know the ending is horrible. The first 16 episodes of Darling in the Franxx are absolutely phenomenal. Very good character drama show. And then they flub it right there at the end. 16 to 24, I think, is how many episodes there are. 16 to 23, something like that. Completely messes up everything. It's just like, well, we have this nice character drama going on. Extremely well written characters. You care about these characters. Now let's send them off to space for no reason at all. There was no reason to add aliens into this. Just send them off to space anyways, because why not? That's fun. But anyways, yeah. High B tier for K-On! K-On's very entertaining, very wholesome, very nice show. Same thing with Fairy Tail. High B tier, very, very good show. Okay, we're gonna talk about Fire Force for a bit. I'm gonna throw it in B tier. I do think it's good, but I also think it is. How should I put it? It's missing a lot. It's not great. And it could have been. It definitely could have been. But it's not great. And I've read the manga, by the way. I'm completely caught up on the manga. But it's not great. And it could have been. The characters are the biggest flaw in my opinion. Like, what's her name? I forgot her name. The freaking fan service girl. Oh my god. Tamaki, I think is her name. Yeah, Tamaki. We don't learn her backstory until like 200 chapters into the manga or something like that. Why? She's basically the heroine, I'm pretty sure. Why do we not learn her backstory for so long? There's no reason for it. It's only hinted at until that point. And then we eventually finally learn her backstory right before we get into the final fight when they're doing another like training session. Why did it take that long to freaking get into the nitty gritty of her backstory? It should not have taken that long. Shinra Kusakabe, I've mentioned this in a comment to a fan. I know I have a fan, that makes me happy to say. I've mentioned that into a comment. Shinra Kusakabe is a character who does not change. Throughout the entire course of the series, he is, I want to be a hero. I am a hero. There's nothing else to his character. He goes through all this stuff. He learns all this crazy stuff. He learns his brother's still alive. And he's still, I am a hero. I want to be a hero. There's nothing to take him down a notch. There's nothing that changes his perspective, even for a little bit of time, to get him to grow as a person. It's the same thing every time. And it's boring. And it makes his character annoying. And it's really just aggravating to see Shinra on the freaking screen a lot of the time. But overall, it is a pretty entertaining show. And it is a pretty entertaining manga as well. So watch or read it. It's pretty good. It's just, there's definitely some problems with it. Kaguya-sama Love is War. S tier. One of the best comedy anime ever. It's a good rom-com. The characters are hilarious. The setting is perfect. Everything works so well in this freaking show. It is just so good. It really is. Just everything about it is amazing. I don't know if I should do this, but I'm going to, because this is my childhood, and I don't care what anybody says. Naruto was the very first anime I watched that I knew was an anime. Because the first anime I watched was Pokemon, but the second anime I watched was Naruto, and Naruto was the first one I watched that I knew was an anime. I watched that crap as a child, still watch it now, still good to this day. Nothing else needs to be said. It's Naruto. I skipped the filler, so should you, and that's all I have to say. Eromanga Sensei, so that's a C tier. It's really only a C tier because of the incest stuff. I see Orima over here, we're gonna do that with this too. They're both the same, they're made by the same person, so I'm just gonna talk about them as the same. A lot of potential until you get to the incest stuff. There's a lot of really well written characters and the story's pretty entertaining. But why with the incest stuff, man? It's freaking gross. Stop it. You have a problem, Mr. Author. You need to go seek help. It is not okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that's an A tier. Everybody knows why JoJo's is an A tier. It's JoJo's. Don't need to say anything else. It's JoJo's. Devilman Crybaby, this is gonna be a hot take. This is gonna be a hot take. D tier. Did not like Devilman Crybaby at all. I thought it was a mess. It looks great. That's about all I can say about it, is that it looks good. I don't even really know where to begin, so I'm not going to. I could make a video on it, but I'd have to rewatch it and suffer through it, so I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna leave it there, and that's gonna be my hot take for this video. Trinity 7's D tier for obvious reasons. Fullmetal Alchemist, this is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I do believe. I think it's great, but I don't think it's worthy of A tier. It is a very high B though. It is a really good anime. And that's about all I have to say about it. I think both versions of Fullmetal Alchemist are good for different reasons. The ending of the original is messy, for sure, and Brotherhood obviously follows the manga a lot more closely, which is what makes it a lot better, obviously. Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, though, is very, very good, and you should definitely check it out. Magi, another one that's very, very good, but not quite A tier. It is missing a lot of stuff that makes it just shy of A tier, but it is very, very good. The characters are super entertaining. Overall, the world is very fun, and the magic system, it's okay. The magic system is kind of just like, oh, you can shoot magic? I can shoot magic. That's cool. And certain people can and can't shoot magic and all this other type of stuff. And you can have like magic items and stuff, you know, the typical stuff. And it works. It works. Your Lie in April. The highest of high A tiers without going to S tier. There's just something missing about it that just puts it shy of S tier. But it is phenomenal. It is an absolutely amazing anime. And I remember, so when I actually watched this show, so I got recommended it from a friend. The friend that I got recommended it to actually didn't like Your Lie in April. They were like, well, you can watch it, you might like it. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. You don't really like it that much, so I'm not going to have the highest of expectations. The show's freaking amazing. I don't know what they didn't like about it. The show is so good. The music is beautiful. The characters are well written. The ending scene that isn't a plot twist but also a plot twist is awesome. The way that everything ties together in the end works so well. And you should definitely watch Your Lie in April if you haven't, because it is so, so, so good. Harohi Suzumiya. No, we're going to throw that A tier. That's actually a very, very good show for a lot of reasons. I can't really explain them right now. It's hard to kind of go off the top of my head with that. But let's just say that it's good. Bloom Into You. The whole reason I am making this video in the first place. Bloom Into You is phenomenal, by the way. The best Yuri anime ever. Period. The characters are so well written. And now, that's about all I want to say, because, as I said, this is the reason why I'm making this video, and if you watched the beginning, and you're watching this far in, you would know that that is the video I'm making. So I will be making that video, hopefully next week, if not next week, the week after. And let's just say that I'm going to be going in depth on it. It is a very, very personal anime for me, and that's all I really want to say, and we're just going to leave it at that. Bunny Girl Senpai, another S tier, because Bunny Girl Senpai is absolutely freaking I'm not going to say hilarious, although it is hilarious in a lot of ways, but it's also amazing in a lot of ways. Great characters. Phenomenal show. Setokai Yakuin Domo. The best adult comedy anime ever. So freaking funny. God damn, is this show funny. This show had me dying multiple times. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I like Nichijou. I like Setokai Yakuin Domo like probably like 10 times more. I love Setokai Yakuin Domo. It is hilarious. Citrus is a B tier. I thought it was a pretty good anime. Not read the manga or the new manga, sequel manga. But it's pretty good. Entertaining. Not Bloom Into You levels, but pretty good. That's a Cell World. We can throw that into the D tier. That's an S tier because Toradora is Toradora. Maid-sama. Ooh. Can I include the manga and throw it in A tier? No, I'll throw it as a high B tier. Without the manga, it is a high B tier. Very, very entertaining show though. Absolutely phenomenal anime. Watch it. That's all I should tell you, is just to watch the anime because it is good. I have no clue what this is. I have no clue what that is. What is this? I don't know. Considering I can't recognize it, I'm guessing it's something I don't care about, so we're just gonna leave it there. Bakemonogatari is A tier. Okay, that's not just Bakemonogatari. That'll be the whole Monogatari series, which is A tier. almost S. It's another one similar to Your Lie in April. It's just missing something for me that just doesn't quite throw it in the S tier, but it is an absolutely amazing show, and I really can't describe it. I do have a video on it, but that video's pretty old, and I could probably make a better video on it now, but yeah, it's just a really good show. Definitely watch it. Gamers, pretty average comedy anime. It's whatever. No. This is gonna be another one that's just missing something, which is the 3rd season, by the way. That's the one thing it's missing, is its freaking 3rd season. Get a 3rd season, damn it. That's the one thing that's missing to get it S tier, though. If it had a 3rd season, it would be S tier, but it doesn't, so therefore it's not. My second hot take, which is another really popular video on my channel, so everybody already knows this. I think the only thing good about Cowboy Bebop is its characters, to be honest with you. Nothing else is that good. I mean, the music's fine and the animation's fine, but I mean, not really that good. I mean, that's kind of what I have to say. It's alright. I was entertained, but if I have to drop a show, and then come back to it like 6 months later, it's like, okay. It's definitely overhyped is what I'm going to go about it. It's definitely overhyped. Overlord. B tier. Entertaining. Pretty much all I have to say. Entertaining indeed. Fruits Basket. I want to make a video on this, but I have not finished the 2nd season yet. And I'm actually probably going to wait until the 3rd season. So the last season. I'm probably going to wait till the last season ends. So that'll be sometime next year. But I do want to make a video on this, so I will not go in depth on it right now. Fruits Basket, though, is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is another A tier. A phenomenal movie. Anything that deals with sickness or anything remotely kind of like that is very personal for me, because I myself have nearly died from a sickness, and it's just that type of stuff always hits me personal. That's one of the reasons why I love Clannad so much in the first place, is because Nagisa is pretty much me as a freaking woman. I freaking love that. There's just nothing wrong with this freaking movie. Phenomenal. One of the best. One Piece. I've only recently watched One Piece. I've not caught up on it. I am on Dressrosa. Well, I haven't started Dressrosa, but like that's where I'm at. So for now, I'll leave it an A tier. Don't really have much to say. I have made a One Piece video. If you want to know my opinions, you could watch that. But that really only talks about the first half of the series all the way up until the Marineford War. So just before the Marineford War, actually. I don't think I had watched it at that point. But yeah, it's a pretty good show. That's all I have to say. It's a really, really good anime, and there's a reason why it's the highest selling manga of all time. And that's pretty much it. Real Life. I've read the actual official ending, and it's good. It's good. But that's about all I can say, is that it's good. Banana Fish, also good. The only boys love anime I've ever watched, though. Because I can't really do it. I tried once, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't do it. But Banana Fish is phenomenal. Really good story, great characters, overall world great. Everything about it's good. Slam Dunk, we're throwing that in A tier. One of the best sports anime ever. The only other sports anime I can think of that comes close in quality is Haikyuu. Actually, no, there's another one, Ace of the Diamond. But I think Ace of the Diamond I like a lot because baseball's my favorite sport. But no, Slam Dunk and Haikyuu both are like pretty much the best sports anime ever made. They both really get you in depth in the sport, and they know how to get you to like the characters and everything about it. Konosuba, A tier. Wait, maybe high B tier. Yeah. We're gonna throw a high B tier actually. It's hilarious. It's a good show. It's a nice change of pace from the typical isekai that you get, the crappy isekai that nobody really cares about because it's isekai. and it's good. It's a very entertaining show. The characters, it's so witty. It is so good, and I guarantee the voice actors of both the Japanese and the English version had a blast recording their lines. I can guarantee it. You can hear it in the voices. You know they did. You know they were having a good ass time reading that freaking script and reading those lines. You know they were. Yuri, one of the best comedy anime ever made. Love it. It's on the same level as Nichijou for a lot of reasons. I think it's probably because it's so long. See, for the longest time, I had Yuri like at the top because I hadn't watched Nichijou or Setai Yakumi Domo, so it was for a very long time that I was like, yeah, this is the best comedy anime out there, and it's still really, really good. It's just a really, really good, amazing anime, and you should watch it. Alright, well, that's gonna be this list, everybody. You know, I have a lot of S tiers on here. I mean, I kind of went through my Mal list, and I was like, well, this is like 70 freaking shows that I've watched. Some good, some bad, some really good. And it was just, you know, overall, it was a pretty average list. I think I did a pretty good job at ranking these. This is probably my, like, on-the-spot opinion. These are probably, like, my favorite anime of all time. Wolf Children was the only outlier, because I was like, while I was making this, I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, that's an S-tier ass movie. So yeah, this is like my top list. If I were to really rank them based off how I see it here, it'd probably be this. Yeah, that's the outlier, so we can go that. Yeah, I'd probably, wait, no, we could throw this up here as well. It would probably be like this. This would probably be my official S ranking from best to lowest. This is probably it. And overall, I think this list is pretty good. Yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, then definitely subscribe and leave a like on this video. And see ya.